everybody, and welcome back to Bourbon Over Baseball with your host Bob, co-host Matt and Jeff, and we have another special guest today. We have George.
Yo.
Hello.
George, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Boo!
He didn't say New York yet.
Yeah, he didn't say New York.
You just know that, Bob. Like, okay, George, where do your baseball allegiances lie? I'm setting you up.
The Yankees.
There was a lot of Yankees, Jeff, on your like locator thing.
Yeah, so I'll like kind of preface this. I guess I'll put this out to anybody. I was thinking like during quarantine, I was trying to think. Of course, I was like, this is before I think any of us understood how long term this thing was going to be. But I was like, you know what? Like when this comes back, like when we all come back, like we've got to all get together and play Showdown, whether that's in Cleveland and East Coast, West Coast, wherever. So I put together this like Google map that you can like add locations or general locations for people. So anyway, if anybody listening wants to see that, wants to, be a part of it, like hit us up. Yeah. Happy to add people. But I shared it.
A lot of New York people on that list though.
Yeah, I shared it and the response has been great. And it's definitely, I always thought that the Mecca is still Cleveland. The Showdown Mecca is still here, but man, New York is that general area is giving us a run for our money. It feels
God,
like.
their population's going to be like a tenth of ours. I mean,
Right.
10 times ours.
Right. Like I'm looking at it right now, just Long Island itself has like 3 people on it, and just Manhattan. And then Long Island has 3 people, and then we haven't even gotten to Jersey, and that's where George and So then it's a lot of people within like a not.
There's also a lot of Yankees fans. I know like Sean, the Clutch guy. He lives in PA now, but he lived in New York his life, and he likes the Yankees. Like every time I post something, I'll get people like when I post some of those '96 stuff, they're like, "What kind of Yankees foils you got going on in that?" Like even when that dude posts his custom artwork. They were like, "Where's the Yankees players?" So there is a big New York fan base. Obviously, I just hate them because I'm an Indians fan. It's not that I actually hate them. I love Aaron Judge. That's why I have his jersey. So
I thought that was Jeff's jersey.
Oh my God!
It might as well be.
Okay, George. To catch you up, I wanted to wear a baseball jersey for one of our drafts, and Bob just threw me a Judge jersey because he was one of the few current players he had, and I wore it, and now I'm infinitely a Yankees fan, which I'm not because they've always frustrated me.
It's okay if you are. I'll welcome you over.
That's true. It's good to know that I can, if I ever need to, change my baseball allegiances or just move, I'll just go to New York because there's a lot of Showdown people.
If you ever want to be a happier fan,
I don't know. You guys have too high of expectations every year, though.
Now you got the cheating allegations going on. I don't know what's going on over there.
I know.
And then you have to get mad when you get cheated 2 years in a row.
So what we did today, we've obviously been going through a lot of these 2000 pennant run teams and breaking them down. And we talk a lot about a guy that can be drafted here or there, but we've not actually done a draft. And it's, we can always say that, oh, this guy should be drafted or could be drafted, but when it really comes down to it, who's actually going to get drafted? And that's where I think George did a really good thing on Discord one day. I think it was Discord, right, George?
Yeah, Discord.
So he posted a quote-unquote pack, and this pack had 1 foil and 7 commons in it, and there was 4 technical players drafting, but the Discord drafted 1 pack, and George drafted the other 3, and the Discord got to vote on who the player would be, and they would build the team. And I thought that was an awesome idea and an excellent way to do this. So George, really quickly break down what we're going to be doing then today.
Yeah, so I got this idea from a card game that I play on my phone called Eternal. It's kind of like Magic. It's not saying much because I know like a lot of card games copy off Magic. That's like pretty much the closest game I could think of. But anyways, they have something there where you can draft, like you buy packs and they give you 8 cards. It always has like a rare. So what I thought would be a cool idea is how about make that like the rare, like a foil, and then I'll just, spread out the other cards. And I tried on Discord. It seemed pretty popular. There's a lot of people in and out voting on the cards. So what we're going to do is draft a 25-man team. I think we said 6,000 points.
Yep.
And and I'll put in 8 cards. If you guys want to do this at home, what you do is everyone gets 8 cards in front of them. Say there's 4 people, everyone gets 8 cards. You pick 1 card from that 8, and then everyone passes their pack to the right. So then there's always gonna be rotating cards coming in, and then once the 8 cards are gone, then you get a new pack of 8 cards. But for, I guess, time purpose, I think we're gonna do just 1 pack, like every 8 cards.
You tell us. We can do everything. We're ready.
Yeah, I think the easiest thing is I'll just do fresh new 8 cards. I guess 25 times over until we get a 25-man team.
I actually don't mind if you want to do the other draft packs, or you can do them quickly if you wanted to. We could run through it while we're bitching and moaning about what card we should pick. You could be cycling out the other drafts if you wanted. If that makes it more realistic, I think that's a better way to theorize a draft in a sense.
Right, because I like that. Like, if we had if it was like 4 people doing it, like by the time we get like this pack back, it's gonna have 4 cards left, right? So like, so I know I'm gonna get 2 guys from this. Like, I just only know what that first one's gonna be, and then like the second one's kind of up in the air and like repeated. George, that's up to you if you think you can.
Yeah, I can do that. We can say let's do let's pretend there's 4 people. I'll pick for the other 3 people, and we'll vote on the team.
And then our goal is to have our team that we collectively picked to beat all of the 3 teams that you picked, right?
Yeah. and it's also gonna be good too for the people at home watching. You could also then comment below, like, why the fuck did you pick that card?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No,
like,
blow us up. Like, this is the stuff that, like, I think collectively doing it's gonna be fun, because we were talking before we jumped on and saying, like, we're probably gonna generally agree, but I can't wait to get some. Oh, yeah. I know. There's gonna.
I have a feeling right now that from this pick, I think we'd all pick different.
So,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So I will say then also, there's a couple different ways to do drafts. There is the put every card on the table type of draft. Usually it's called the Rochester draft, where then you're just basically drafting from a pool of the whole entire league. There are packs. There are, like, this is sort of like a opening a pack. Like, if you bought a pack card sealed, this is a representation of that. There was also the one that you did on Matt on Twitter, where you just placed 4 random players and we voted for them.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways you can do. I've done one in the past where I made big packs, and I had made sure that there was X number of starting pitchers, X number of catchers. It just took a long time. This actually seems like a really fast and fun way. If you knew you had 4 buddies coming over, and we've done, well, I guess there's one more. There's blind drafts, which is, I think, the most fun. Because you have no idea what the fuck you're getting, and your team's like shit show or amazing.
You just get into it, and when you're losing, you just kind of have to shrug your shoulders.
Yeah. So that's sort of what the fun of Showdown, and what you guys can do, and what you obviously what you can or cannot do with the cards. We're gonna be just doing the 2000 and 2000 pennant. I will put a caveat out there that we are not including Juan Guzman, Brett Saberhagen, and Hammonds. So basically any of the error cards that were in the pennant run set, I'm not going to include, because I'm not going to open a pack that just has Juan Guzman and we all go, okay, Juan Guzman. Like, now George said initially this wouldn't have been an issue because he usually does this with no salary. So if that's the case, obviously then it doesn't matter if you're getting Juan Guzman for 40 points or not. You're drafting him for his card statistics, which is actually an interesting point. Right. So we're going to do the 25-man, 9 batters, 5 starting pitchers, 6 relief pitchers, which could include closers, and then 5 bench players, full points, which is RP, and they can be relievers or bench. So everybody ready for
how do you want to do the voting system? Because there's 4 of us. So.
George, you're going to pick out of your packs.
Yeah, then I think the 3 of us are going to pick the other pack, and then that way we have a tiebreaker. Yeah. Assuming that 2 of us pick the same player, which probably won't happen.
If all 3 of us pick the same player, then George, you'll jump in and yell at us. Also, if you think that we're like missing the boat here, you could jump in as well.
Should we each say which player we would want first, and then we get into the debate?
It's up to you. So let's
see how the Yeah, let's see how the first one goes, and
So
then I feel like we can adjust.
So let's get into the first pack here. We got Edgar Martinez, Paul O'Neill, Mike Bordick, Henry Blanco, Mo Vaughn, Eric Chavez, Mike Trombley, Roy Halladay. I hope I pronounced all those fuckers right.
Probably not.
You did. You got. I think you missed. I think you got Holiday wrong.
Yeah, it's Doc.
O'Neill. No.
It's Doc.
No, this is like an incredible pack to start with because I think like in all of our minds we thought like, oh, foil, rare, grab it. This is one where I would absolutely not say that because I just don't. Picking a DH as your first pick, or I know it's not like a traditional first pick, but it's like this first pick matters. You have the biggest sample size. Like I don't think it should be Edgar. I absolutely
don't think so either.
Mine is not Edgar.
Mine's either right now between Paul O'Neill, Blanco, and then I think my third pick would be Mike Bordick. But
dude, I was about to say like I can't believe like Blanco is my one here. Like
I like Blanco
and
a lot.
Holiday and Holiday.
And my first choice was Holiday. So.
Yeah, oh man.
I just don't know about Holiday.
I mean, like I'd be down. Like Holiday would have been my second choice. So I feel like I could get on board with that, but like,
I mean,
man,
if
like,
both of you said Blanco, then
Blanco is like one of my. I like my number one catcher is Alberto Castillo. I mean, how many points is Blanco? What does that say?
190.
190. See,
are we gonna get a better arm though? Like we're not. Like and that's fine.
Right.
We might get a better bat, but like who would hypothetically be better? It'd be like Pudge and who else? Like. So like
really half the pack is out here. Mike Trombley, Eric Chavez, Mo Vaughn, Edward Martinez. And Paul O'Neill's pretty much out too. And we like Mike Bordick, but really we're between Blanco and Halladay here, I think. If that's what you guys are thinking.
I don't like Bordick at all.
You don't like Bordick at all?
No.
Okay, so let's get Bordick out of there. So I would have picked Blanco, and I was not thinking about Halladay, but I mean I get it.
I think I'm changing my vote to Halladay.
You want Halladay?
He's a great pitcher.
My thought process here is just like you're guaranteed that like you at least have one good starter that way.
Yep, that's exactly where I was. Like that's why I was flipping. I think Halladay.
All right, so we will take Roy Halladay with the first selection. What is his points?
He's 400.
400. All right,
George. What do you think?
Is that a good pick?
I personally would have picked O'Neill. I think he's great value.
Not because you're Yankee.
No. I usually don't like the Yankee cards. I don't know. But for 260 points, like you're getting like he's got a great double range.
His 01 card is fucking awesome in Showdown. I pick him up all the time.
It is a good. It would have been if this were deeper along. I would agree. I think that would have been the easy pick. But like it's number one. It's like it's tough to go value, and that's why I think I got it convinced out of Blanco. Like not just I think he's actually valued exactly what he is, but. Like it's hard to go value on your like first pick of anything. You know what I mean? Like I've seen that happen in some of our normal drafts, and like people off the bat just get the most valuable, like the most value, and those teams have been historically awful. So I just kind of shy away from that.
Yeah, and I don't like Holiday just because he's a tier 4 starter for 400 points. I think that's a lot.
Yeah, it's the IP7 that's more.
It's the IP7 that gets his point value so high, and that's why I'd rather just grab better relievers. But whatever, he's picked.
Yeah, there we go. We made our call.
So we're gonna wait here then, and so what's happening, everyone, is George is gonna give us the next pick, and then we'll post that picture up so everyone can see that as well.
Can we really quick? So we talked 25-man lineup. Can we quickly break down what that means?
Yes. So it's the 8 position players plus a DH. It is 5 starting pitchers, 6 relievers, and then a 5-man bench that can be either relievers or bench.
Do we have to have one closer because of closer bonus?
No. Though that is my take. It was not in George's rules.
All right. So I'll send you the second pack.
Okay. Let's see. Oh boy, I already see someone
Oh boy, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
All right. So we got let's see here. We got Brad Osmus, Mike Lull, Todd Zeal, Todd Jones, Sidney Ponson, Butch Husky and Craig Biggio.
Butch Husky, yeah. No,
I
I
know.
don't know. Like
That's why I saw him. I was like, oh my god.
he's great though. Oh my gosh.
um,
Whew, this is a tough one.
so Brad's obviously a better catcher. I don't like Mike.
I mean, I feel like it's between Osmus, Husky, and Biggio.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning toward what's Biggio? 360? Is that what it says?
350.
Yeah, Biggio is my vote from the initial sight of the pack.
The other side of this is how many left field, right field plus twos are we going to get? You know what I mean? Like that to me is valued a little bit more on than normal.
And he's a very big, powerful guy, but man, it just I've seen him get picked.
I think I would be number one Husky, 2 BGO, just because that left field, right field plus 2 is huge for me. It's huge. It's huge in our leagues, at least, like the way we play.
Well, I don't really. I mean, Brad Osmus is okay, but yeah, I would think it's between Butch and Biggio.
I voted Biggio and Jeff voted Husky. So.
Yeah, I like the Speed A. I'm gonna go with Biggio here.
All right, I'm outvoted.
So Craig Biggio at second.
I think that's a good leadoff hitter too.
That's true.
And you said that's 350. True. Okay. All right. So George, we're ready for the next one whenever you have a second.
Right.
Oh.
Who got taken out of there? Are you not telling us?
Oh.
You'll find out.
No, yeah, I don't want to know. Absolutely not. The other draft format that I do that I don't think lends itself well to Showdown. Here, I'll talk about it after. I want to see this right now.
Oh man, Tim Belcher.
Ooh. Holy smokes. All right.
All right, so we got Carlos Beltran, Tim Belcher, Lee Stevens. I think that's Greg Norton, Dan Wilson, and Damian Jackson. Rough pack.
Yeah, I know who I want. But...
Oh man, yeah, this is a really rough pack.
I guess I would take Carlos Beltran here. And then Lee Stevens second would be my other pick.
That's funny.
Go ahead, Matt.
Well, mine was gonna be Damian Jackson followed by Beltran.
You like?
Oh my!
Dude, that 1 through 5 out is so rough.
I'm about to throw this whole thing out. I'm about to say Lee Stevens 1, Damian Jackson 2. So this is this is the problem. Maybe I should just really throw a wrench in the works and say Tim Belcher or whatever.
Yeah.
But absolutely not. But the Beltran card, I just like 320. Like Speed A is good. Like I don't love outfield plus 1. His chart is actually pretty fun, but
I just like that he doesn't walk much, doesn't get out much.
Dude, look at Lee Stevens' double. He doubles at 14.
Yeah, but Carlos Beltran's single plussing at 14, and he's A speed, and he can play center field.
Yeah, but Lee Stevens is 50 points less. Is that?
Yeah, and that's why I had Lee as my second. I think Lee is pretty valuable. I just thought Carlos is pretty good too. I think Lee for a first baseman here. Well, again, first baseman. The other thing about Showdown 00 is there's some powerful fucking first basemen. So I don't know.
Right. That's but we're gonna have the bench to play with. So like Lee. But I see what you're saying.
I mean, I like Lee's chart.
I'm kind of I'm moving towards Lee.
Okay. I like Lee a lot. Your 50 more points is kind of rough when I'm looking at the two next to each other. I think that's really just going to be his A speed and his he plays center field plus 1, I guess. I mean, maybe we can grab a better center fielder. We can go Lee Stevens here.
I would have gone Lee Stevens too.
Yeah. Got the George approval. All right. Lee Stevens at first base.
Sick.
Okay, I'm starting the next one.
Oh. Sorry if I laugh, everybody. I see the pictures before I can post them for you guys to see at home. So when I see like Richie Sexton, I'm like, yeah, Richie Sexton.
Wait, speaking of misprints, is this the Gary card? That's not him. That's not Gary.
Gary DiSarcina is Tim Salmon, right?
Oh, is that it? Okay, so
Yeah.
that is him. That is the actual Gary.
No, that's somebody else. That's
Oh, that's
Tim
somebody else.
Salmon, I
Oh,
think.
that's Tim Salmon. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew that card. I didn't know which way it flipped.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Gady. Like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is a this is a hell of a pack too.
And he's not that bad for like you're just gonna punt third base and get a +3.
Yeah. What a chart. What a bizarre chart. Oh my
I mean,
God.
you could punt even better to get Gary and put him at shortstop. I don't like Richie.
Richie doubles at 11 though. No, we
Oh.
talked about Richie and we had a lot of fun talking about this card. So it's like funny that it shows up now, you know?
This
So
is
we got
rough. I mean, I don't like Carrasco. I don't like Williams.
Gerald. I don't like. I definitely like Carrasco, though he doesn't double. He has no doubles. I mean, I'm inclined to sort of punt at shortstop and get Gary, and if not, we throw him on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually
At this point of this pack, I'm with that.
It'd be between Carrasco and Gary for that, and I'm fine with that.
Gary,
I think he'll end up being a bench player, which it kind of sucks that our like fourth pick is a bench player, but
the packs are dwindling down.
Right, that's true.
So Gary DiSarcina is our pick for our 4th round pick at 40 points to play shortstop / bench.
All right, we got it. I would have probably gone with the reliever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that guy. And
I
I just don't like the threes.
He's getting now. Same here. There's so many good relievers, and I know we have like 6 relief spots. And honestly, we're gonna fill that entire relief bench with like just total studs.
Well,
So,
I hope
like,
because the other time the other pickers can be picking those as well. We don't know.
Right. That's I mean, that's the thing. So maybe we made a mistake there.
Like if everyone drafts relievers, when we get stuck with the threes, and that's all we get.
I'm drafting for our team, so you don't have to worry about people just loading up on relievers. So.
Okay. Wait, is this a brand new pack, or do we go to 5 cards?
So now we're going on a new pack.
So wait, hold on, I'm confused. So do we not? We don't go down to 4?
You want to do the whole pack?
Well, that I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how it goes. I thought it comes back around.
Well, I don't know.
How did you do it when you did it?
I did it after one time around. You don't get your second pack back.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's just like, it's going to at least we're not like those last 4 players were probably garbage. So it kind of weeds that out.
All right. Well, this makes me even think better than we have a good relief staff coming then.
Yeah.
So we got David Cone, Manny Martinez, Mike Vanafro, Andy Ashby, Rico Bragna, Shane Andrews, Matt Walback, and Ron Belliard.
I think we can make our decision. Are we gonna load up on starters with high IP, or are we gonna start going for bullpen?
This pack sucks.
Yeah, well, it's just like, I mean,
like you can eliminate the whole bottom row right now.
Yeah, well, especially because we got
I agree with that.
With Craig at second, because actually I like playing Ron.
I do. He's like one of my favorites.
But now that we have Craig, it's just you're that's done. And we have Lee
Stevens, so we don't need Bronya.
What's Mike at? Is he a 16 out 4?
Yeah, he's 16 out 4.
What's his
kind of leaning?
What's his points? Let's say
He's 150.
160.
150.
50. I mean, I would take. That's who I would take.
Yeah, same here.
I'm with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite relievers. If you guys go heavy defense, he has a 6 to 14 ground ball out.
Oh, nice.
Shit. I love that.
Yeah, that's a crazy ground ball range.
And no doubles. He's a very strong card.
For 150, I kind of felt like, is it worth spending that, like, with so many good ones? But I feel like 140, 150 is right at that range where you're getting all of those, like, extremely undervalued relievers. So I have to, I have to be okay.
And like Matt was saying, I don't want to grab threes. I will take a forward that's a 16 out. I mean, that's okay by me.
You can give you a very solid inning. I would have probably gone Ashby as my second.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying. Do we want to get another 7 IP and then we don't have to focus as much on the bullpen? like, because then if we have 2 7 IP starters, it's like you kind of know where you need to focus.
All right. Oh, okay. Next pack.
Oh boy.
This one has some guys in it. Okay, we got Chipper Jones, Jay Buhner, Steve Montgomery, Benito Santiago, Matt Franco, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Olmedo Sainz?
Almedo Sands. I don't know.
Sands. Hanley Fries.
Sands.
And our boy Hanley.
Yeah, who we did not really like.
Yeah.
In our podcast.
We didn't. I mean, we said he was
didn't.
he was the cheapest 9 or cheapest 10.
He's the cheapest 10.
And
But
shit out of him.
I just don't.
I'd rather play Gary DeSarcina as our shortstop.
Damn. All right.
At the 5.
Yeah.
So we could grab a Steve Montgomery and get a 5 control reliever.
I like that, and I mean, for me, it's either him or Chipper, and we just decide: do we go get our superstar or do we go get our reliever?
And I like Chipper. He's definitely a strong card. It's just very expensive.
Oh yeah, he's expensive.
Yeah,
So
he's
expensive.
overpriced.
Yeah, I think I would also lean Montgomery.
What do you think, George? You like Montgomery too, or?
Yeah, I think Chipper's very overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, I love Aceby, but man, he just it's a lot. And
Montgomery's 130. 130 is a freaking steal for this, right? Like I thought he was 150 when I looked at it.
Yeah, I'm on the Montgomery.
All right, Steve Montgomery. It is passing up on 2 10s. So F
Damn.
those 10s.
Yeah, except the 2 10s are what 320 points apart.
Yeah.
Like, they're like the most polar opposite 10s you could get.
Yeah.
Man,
I just do not like that Hanley Fries card. If I'm getting a 10, I want one that's gonna do stuff with this chart.
I mean,
I'll pay the extra point because like all those 10s like that you see that are 310 points, like they don't do anything and they get out on their chart and it's just frustrating.
Right. No, I get you. I'm with you.
Oh boy.
All right, the last pick for this pack: Jose Valentin, Carlos
Do we just
Hernandez.
continue our run on relievers?
Oh, George, I think we
Mike,
should.
I mean, I love Mike Stanton.
I think we should have 6 cards in this one. You see what I mean?
We took.
Right?
Yeah, we should. What was the last one? Yeah, we had 7 in the last one. We should have 6 in this one.
Toss some guy. Just toss some. Toss some stud that we can pick right now in here. You know, just like
Well, I definitely don't like Freddie Garcia. If this is the
toss.
pack.
Maybe toss Doug Brocale in here because I think we'll pick him. So if I don't, okay, I'm just actually saying this out loud right now. If Doug Brocale shows up in one of these packs, we're picking him, no questions asked. There's not even we're not having a conversation. I don't give a fuck who else is in that pack. We're picking him. Okay, we're all on the same page here, right?
So, do you just move Jay Buhner into this pack from our last pack?
Is that from the last pack?
Yeah, we had Jay in our last pack.
No, let's just go with Jay in it. It's fine, right?
Yeah, I think either way we're gonna take Stanton.
Right. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, I like Mike Stanton a lot. I've had him on a lot of my teams. And I really don't like Freddie Garcia. I really don't think there's any other option in this pack either.
I mean, Carlos Hernandez is a pretty good arm, but no, I'm with you. I think it's Mike Stanton.
Yeah, I would rather just. So what do we have now? Like 3 relievers?
We have 3, and they're all really good, but they're all really cheap.
Yeah,
so
150, 130, 120. We're looking for probably like a stud somewhere. And then eventually we're gonna need to. I don't know. We need to get some batters right now because we have Lee Stevens as our monster.
Yeah, but I think you're better off with better pitching.
Yes,
Right,
absolutely.
I like how this is going already. I'm going to add these up as we're going because I need to get a gauge. Not like I have any idea how much points we have left.
Yeah, I've just been writing them down. I haven't been adding.
And to be
them up.
clear, Roy nowadays, he is our stud right now. He is our, the all-star of this team essentially.
So
this is gonna get interesting here, I think.
Yeah, so we got Joe Girardi, Ken Kennedy, Wally Joyner, Jason Grimsley, and Bernard Gilkley. And
I like Grimsley, and it's scary.
I like Jason Grimsley a lot. I've had him on a bunch of my teams. Gilkey's good too, but
Right.
big outrange, and I mean I like a 9 for 330. He just reminds me of like Marvin Bernard too a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
Ooh.
Ken.
Yeah, I'm leaning Gilkey.
You like Gilkey? I
yeah.
like Grimsley's Grimsley's helped
Yeah.
do a lot
Grimsley's
for me. No
He's
doubles.
super good.
Yeah. He's a tier 3, no doubles, decent big ground ball range. I mean,
I'm down. I think Grimsley's a good pick. It's more that I'm like trying to lean away from us just picking every reliever right now, but I think that we're just filling up with studs. I don't think there's anything about Gilkey that's like, holy shit, pick him now.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
That's
George
kinda
is just
where I
like
was, too.
fishing us Yankees players so that we like the Yankees and we're done with it.
Yeah, I think that's it's like a mind game that's being played right now. By the end of this, like the last pack is going to be all Yankees.
Yeah.
You know?
Jeter, Bernie Williams.
Right.
Oh my gosh! Speak of that.
Oh, there we go.
So the next pick is Mariano Rivera, Anthony Telford, Roger Cedeno, Terry Steinbach, Jim Parquet, Tony Clark, Tom Evans, and Eric Young. Now I used to draft Eric Young all the time, but
Yeah, Eric Young's great.
with Biggio, we don't need him. I like Cedeno a lot as a really solid leadoff hitter. Clark's okay.
I got 3 options for this pack.
I mean,
Okay.
Mariano Rivera's
Mariano
really good.
Rivera, obviously, because it's Mariano Rivera. Cedeno, because you got your leadoff hitter, you put Biggio too. Or Tony Clark, because he needs to get a fucking baseball season started.
I think they're going to happen.
Right.
They're
Could
talking
do
about.
yeah, it sounds like we're close. So we could make that could be like the honorable pick, you know?
I mean, he's not a bad card. He's
No.
he is decently valuable. Doubles at 16. Was he 300 points or an 8? Not bad.
It's Mariano. I mean, the dude's a tier 1, right?
Because you need that one stud bullpen guy that's like, we can bring this guy in no matter.
So we have 3 fucking Yankees relievers in our bullpen.
Yankees have a good bullpen. What are you gonna do?
Bullpen.
He's 210.
Man.
We have to pick him. He's
This
so
sucks.
worth it.
I mean, he is. It's funny that some of the relievers, like, even though they have the quote unquote closer bonus, like it doesn't. Like, he does not have any bonus. He is valued at that, I think.
Right.
I just sucks passing with Cedeno because I really like him as a good leadoff hitter. But I agree with you guys. I think the Sandman is where you go here.
I think we might have to stop bullpen now unless one of those Brocail, Johnstone, Trevor Hoffman guys pops up.
You say
Let's
that
leave it for let's leave the spot for Brocail. I'm writing him in right now. Actually,
until we see another Yankees that we like.
No, the rest of their relievers kind of suck, I think.
All right, so let's see here. We got
All right.
Ruben Mateo,
We have to take George, right?
Todd Hollandsworth, Tom Glavine, Omar Vizquel, Wayne Gomes, John
Oh my
Olerud,
God,
and
this
Jorge
is
Posada. That's a good
this is a
pack.
tough one. Yeah,
Side
holy
note:
shit.
Todd Hollandsworth was the Rookie of the Year in '96,
Yeah.
and I'm putting the text into my cards, and he like almost broke my card because he his last name is so long. It like went almost past the logo off the card. It was very annoying how crazy it had to be. I will say Tom Glavine sucks. He killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's crazy.
Oh, he did awful. He's not that good. He has a lot of singles, and it really hurts.
Yeah.
I really like John Olerud as my pick here. That or Omar Vizquel. So that would be my one.
It's definitely Omar or John. I think the difference here is that we already have Lee Stevens or Steven. I think we move freaking Gary to the bench and we have to pick Omar.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. So Omar's 410, he's 290. I mean, it's just John is such a good savings.
I love John Olerud so much. This is tough.
Lee can always play DH or the bench. It just stinks to pass up on a guy it's that cheap. We're talking about Hanley Frias, but John actually gets the home run.
Yeah. He does.
So my pick would be John and then Omar. If you guys want Omar, I'm actually okay with that. I don't mind it. I prefer John because I just know that we're getting the best value we can out of the card.
I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm down for Olerud. So he rocks. His cards all rock because he's, as we know now, I think looking back into history, is like one of the most undervalued hitters in that era. So
yeah. Is he what, 290? Is that what I said?
yeah, 290.
Okay. Perfect.
You guys
Okay.
got Olerud?
Olerud. Gotta. All right, we got Chris Widger, Dave Hansen, another cheap 10. Bob Wickman, Jeff Supin, Shannon Stewart, Russ Davis.
I like Stewart.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need to get somebody that can do something. I just wish he had some more power. Yeah.
He did a leadoff.
Yeah, the rest of these guys are kind of booty anyway.
I mean, him and Biggio is a nice speed combo type.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the other cards are so bad. We don't need a
Dude.
Wickman. Jeff Supin is just not impressive. I mean, Dave
Dave
Hansen
Hansen is that's the other 10. That's the other cheap
Yeah.
10.
but
Yeah.
he gives me no first base +1,
And we have 2
more
first
outs.
basemen already.
Yeah,
Right.
so we have
At
no
least he-
value in him.
We would throw him in at third though, but I see what you're saying.
But just
What's our lineup right now? It's Biggio.
well, I guess we're. I mean, Gary DiSarcina is going to play the bench, so really it's Biggio, John Oler, and Lee Stevens.
Okay.
And that's a 7. I don't mind having Shan Stewart. I mean, he's A speed, +1 out, +1 left for right field.
I'm in on Stewart.
All right, we're gonna have to here just because I've never played with Shannon Stewart. Shannon Stewart at what, 320? Okay, what are we at, Jeff? Do you know? How many points?
Points? Oh shit! 1 second. I should put. Why don't I put this in a spreadsheet? That'll probably be smarter. 1 second. So let me get back to you on that. I'll start writing it down.
I mean, it's like when you.
I think we haven't gotten. I think we're well okay because like
Yeah.
I mean
There he is. I knew he was coming.
Damn Yankees. So we got this next. I got Bernie Williams, Johnny Damon, Jeff Weaver, Bobby.
I want that as my catcher. That's our catcher right there.
Estalala.
I think it's Estelia.
Estalea.
Estelia.
Estalea. Thank you, George.
Yeah.
And Dave Weathers. Now, I used to put Dave Weathers on my team all the time for a 100-point pitcher for a 4, 1 through 15 out. But, do we go with the, I don't know how Bernie Williams got any fielding and only played center field, or do we go with Johnny Damon?
I think we found our catcher.
You want to punt and go with Bobby?
No.
Oh, I was like,
Oh my
geez
God.
Louise. I'm like, you're really going deep here.
You don't want a +2 arm behind the plate?
I don't mind a plus. I mean, I'm the guy that drafted Mitch Garver.
Well, yeah, but you're getting offense with this.
yeah, I know.
This is literally like you just take the guy out of the crowd and say, "Hey, catch the ball."
Well, the only thing here is, so Bernie Williams was he 5'10",
Yeah.
and Johnny's 360.
I mean, I'm taking Burn. If I got to pick one of the two, I'm taking Burn.
Bernie doubles at 17, but you can get a single plus with Johnny Damon at 15. You get the A speed. I like Damon better here. I don't know if I don't know if I would want to spend the extra 150 points for just basically one more homer and less speed and one less out. That's all you're getting.
I think Bernie also overpriced.
I don't like Bernie here.
I think outfielders kind of got charged like they played 2 positions because it's like they can play center or the corners.
Which, again, we've talked about doesn't make any damn sense because he only played center field and he was the worst center fielder in the league.
I mean, I guess it's on Jeff then if he wants to vote.
Yeah, whenever
Oh
Jeff.
God.
Jeff,
I'm making my spreadsheet. I'm almost done. 1 second. Okay.
So
you can hear me typing
debating,
away.
We want to talk about. We're thinking Bobby for a catcher.
No, I was kidding.
No, we're not picking fucking Bobby. Matt's kidding. That's not happening. Oh man, I'm with Matt. I don't know who said it. I am not on the Bernie train.
Okay, good. That's me.
Woohoo! I think that card is I mean, he's a stud, but double at 17?
Yeah.
He's 5'10". What the fuck? Like this card makes no sense to me. I think I'm on the Johnny Damon train.
I agree. I think Johnny Damon is way more valuable here. Johnny Damon it is.
You guys have like a speed team.
Yes, just the way I like it.
3
And
nines,
I think
3
I think
9
the
aces.
important thing, like Jeff, like you were saying with Bernie only having one double, for him for like a 10 on base to have one double versus your average pitcher in the set, like what Peter has shown, is like a is like 5% of the time or whatever. But like to get to a second double, it's like they need to be at like a 6.3% of the time when you
Right.
factor in like, so it's hard to get a second double. Like he still hit 30 doubles ish that year with like that chart.
Yeah, I just don't like the I don't want to grab a 10 that extra base hits at 17 when I can save 150 points for a 9 that I always count single plus as extra hits, but he's also doubling at 17 and he's faster. And that's all I see. And I'm saving 150 points and I'm getting, I think, a quote unquote better card. And I'm only dropping one on base.
Ooh.
All right.
We got to just a heads up.
Right.
I know we still got to fill the bench, but we are currently how many players have we picked? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12. We're both roughly half there. I guess we're actually okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
What are we at?
Because we're almost halfway there. We're at 27.90.
So we can take the Tiger King, is what you're saying?
Oh God, I didn't even see the pack.
This pack's something because you want Terry Shumpert, but like Bill Mueller is also like super valuable.
Oh my God,
this is a fantastic pack. Like I don't like Randy Johnson. I mean I like him and he does okay, but like I don't want him in this.
Fuck, I wish we didn't have BGO on Shumpert so bad.
I know Scott Sullivan's a stud too.
That's true. Randy doesn't show up.
It can't be Randy. It's gotta be Bill Mueller or Terry Shumpert. Like, do we get value third baseman for what is he?
I think we're beyond value at this point. Like we have a lot of value. I think we got to spend some damn money.
I mean, like, are we gonna? How many packs do we have left, George? Where we're gonna get the full pack?
Oh boy, how many? Let's see here. This is a full pack. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So then one more pack. We have 3.
We have a chance, ideally, at like 3 more big money guys. If we don't take one here.
Yeah, but like, are we just gonna fill? Like, I guess the part of the thought here is, like, it's just like I guess like I know it's like it's good to get the value guys, and it's not bad if you get a Bill Mueller and you eventually have to move him to the bench because he's only 220. But I guess it's tough, kind of like filling your bench with, like expensive guys, right? Like do you see what I'm saying? Like I'd rather.
I get it. But we can always throw Lee Stevens on the bench, and
that was what I was gonna get at.
John plays first.
If we take Shumpert, that means Biggio's our DH. Are we comfortable with Biggio at DH? When down the line we might have one of those stud corner outfielders pop up.
That's the tough part, because and
that's why I was leaning towards Mueller.
I mean, I like Mueller just because he's +3. He's a 9 for incredibly cheap value. I mean, our team right now is like all 9s and 10s except for Lee Stevens, which is pretty solid.
You
I'm
just
holding out hope for a big stud still. Okay. And I just don't like Terry Shumpert, so.
Oh man, I love that. That card is like.
I'm kind of pissed. I'm like, fuck.
No, I'm with you, Matt. I agree with what you're saying.
All right.
I think it like worst case, we pick Bill Mueller. He can plan our lineup. Everything will be okay. But even worst case, if we move into the bench, we're not crying about it. Because we replaced him with some other freakish stud third baseman, which we actually already passed up on. But
but we could. There's opportunity. I think we go Bill Mueller here, sadly, and pissed that we didn't.
Kevin, our buddy Kevin, who's in our league here, he would be very disappointed right now.
Oh yeah.
That we did not pick Shumpert.
It's just hard to because that guy's like the ideal second baseman. Like him and Alomar are like the ones you want. I mean, we've seen some good second basemen come around. Like I liked Eric Young. Like that guy always did well for me.
Is Gary DeCicerna or whatever his name is he still our shortstop?
He's gonna end up on our bench, but he is right now our shortstop.
Oh, right now he is? Okay.
Yeah.
I moved him to
All right, so we got Ruben, Rivera, Steve Klein, Sean Estates, or Estes. Estes, Tony Phillips, Scott Brocious, Ron Coomer, and Darren Fletcher. Huh. This pack's kind of garbage. Is he a 6? Is that Steve Klein a 6?
Yeah, he's a 6.
So he's not bad. We could grab this Ruben to play center at 210.
It's definitely Ruben. I mean, that's the call here. I mean, we're getting more defense. Like that way, Shannon Stewart's a +1.
Yeah, and Damon's a 1.
Yeah.
We got a 4.
So we get a 4. I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and he's not hurt. I mean, he's got a pretty big chart. We
Right.
talked about
Look
this
at
on the
that walk.
Padres podcast.
Pinch run
Yeah,
if you put him on the bench.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that work
the
there.
rest of this pack is really bad, and knowing that we just grabbed Mueller, there's no reason to grab like anybody else at third here. The only difference would be we're holding out on like an amazing stud reliever, or like I guess like an amazing value reliever. So like Steve Klein, even though he's really good here, I think we snatch center field. What do you think, Matt?
You two already voted for Rivera, so he won. But I was kind of with you guys anyway.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go Ruben Rivera as our center fielder. Which it's when I'm drafting, I'm always thinking I'm going to pass Terry Shumpert and grab Ruben Rivera. That's how I like to draft.
That's when you know the bourbon's kicking in.
Yeah. Well, today, guys, I'm sorry I'm a little bit drunk my last few podcasts, so I'm just drinking milk and Oreos today. trying to stay level-headed as I draft. Oh, this is.
Hey Bob, how much Kahlua is in that milk you're drinking? So
I don't even know if there's milk in it.
it looks pretty similar.
So this is actually a really good bet because I think Chad Curtis is like one of the best value fucking outfielders there is.
Oh yeah, and then who are we moving? Like was Shannon Stewart going to the bench? Like or DA? Oh fuck, man, that sucks.
Yeah, because they're all. So Enrique could play.
I love Enrique.
You know what we
It's
should
like
do? We should just grab Ben and just put him as our catcher. He's a +8 arm. I mean,
now
I don't want to. I mean, Chad Curtis is so valuable, but we have a 9 A speed, a 9 A speed guy. We're grabbing now a 10 B speed. I don't know if we're really upgrading, and then we're throwing a 300-point player on our bench.
Yeah, I'm either for Enrique or Molina, just because Enrique is your great like prototypical off the bench in case you have to pinch hit or something or pinch run.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. I don't mind Enrique. I think Ben is my pick just because then I know I got my arm and just say fuck it, which still sucks because then you're gonna have like 8-9 would be like Ruben and then Ben.
Yeah, but I feel like in like most leagues that's kind of where your 8-9 are.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm with you. I hate passing on Chad Curtis. I think that
I don't at all.
Oh man, that +2 outfield is just.
Yeah, I always forget. You guys are really into defense. That's kind of why. But like,
he's just a really good value 10 in my opinion. He's
a huge value 10.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at 1 to 5 out, which is
he doesn't
not
have
great.
the best chart though. Like, I mean,
yeah, like there's no value in that. To like,
yeah, I'd rather have Shannon Stewart, knowing that I already picked him.
Yeah,
right. I guess that's true.
Literally, he has a single plus at 19.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
Like so, if you're in it for the defense, it makes sense. But like, we have our outfield kind of set right now.
And I actually like Tino Martinez, but knowing that we have Lee Stevens as our,
how many more +1s can we get?
Well, it's just I like Tino's value. He's like exactly
I
Lee
like
Stevens.
Tino too.
So, but whatever, we have Lee. All right, so we'll go with Ben Molina there. I don't know if that was the right call or not.
Yeah, what's George's opinion?
I would have gone with Ben Molina. I thought you were going with Enrique, but yeah, I would go with Ben. Just he either be your catcher or catcher off the bench if you find it better.
All right, so just saying, right now our lineup is filled.
Well, yeah, because of Gary, but Gary's going to be a bench player.
But yeah, that's the thing is that like I think this is gonna be a game now of like we're gonna see how much money we have left towards the end, and then start just filling in with some fucking studs because like. Right now, like I know we've got to pick up some pitchers soon, but like right now this lineup is a little scary to me. Like this is like we just like I feel like not like banking on us getting one stud, which will probably happen. Like it just makes me nervous.
Well, what happened to Mike Liebenthal here? Got some.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Got some damage.
I don't know if that's like ink or something. I have no idea what that is.
Which I like his card too for like how incredibly powerful it is, but it costs so much. I would pick Christian Guzman here and just throw him in the frickin' bench.
Yep, I would too.
Okay.
That's absolutely what I would do. Like,
So this guy, you pretty much if you pick Guzman, you're never gonna use him. He's just
No.
he's just
Especially because we have just Arsena too. He's our water boy.
but that's like, dude, that matters though because we've talked like there are not many very low points players in the 2000 set. So like a 20 and a 40 point player that we can actually throw on our bench allows us to go hopefully crazy on one or two guys.
Especially starting pitchers. If we see anybody that's big value, we need to grab a starting pitcher. Like,
And I think this is a nice little peek into like when we potentially do the NL draft for 25-man rosters. Like
yeah.
how it's just gonna whittle.
Oh, well, that's gonna be like when you find a stud, you need to take him because after that you don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
though that
for
will be
real.
a Rochester draft. We'll have all the
Right.
players available. This is interesting because we're like hoping that like George is gonna bless us with like an amazing card.
But I think by then, like in that one, not to get into it, but like if we get to like the 9th round, it's gonna be shallow.
Oh
picking.
yeah, that's why I said that. I think it's gonna be fun just to play with guys I've never played with. Like this
Yeah.
Mike Liebenthal will be like stud.
Yeah.
But this next pack we're gonna get from George is gonna be a foil pack, so we should see something valuable here.
You guys went with Guzman?
We went with Christian Guzman,
Oh, it's like it's such a good foil, but I don't want him.
Jeff Zimmerman, Kareem Garcia, Eddie Guardado,
Guardado.
Charles Nagy, Craig Wilson, Rich Aurelia, Enar Diaz, and Mark Grace.
I think
I'm
it's
nervous.
2 guys. That's it.
I'm nervous now.
I think we just take Jeff Zimmerman. I don't really know if there's anybody else I would even want in this pack.
Honestly, it's either Zimmerman or Diaz, and then Molina's our bench catcher. Like it's one or the other.
I mean, this pack's
I don't think
terrible.
I don't think Diaz is good enough to justify having 2 catchers like that.
No, and
No.
this pack's really rough. I just
Especially
feel like
because
we
this
just
isn't like a every other 2 days off for the catcher type deal. This is just a draft. So I think you take Zimmerman, and then if we do get Brocale, he'll just be one of our bench relievers.
yeah, I think so too.
Yes.
What is he? Is he 180? Is that what it says?
Yeah, he's 180.
Yeah. So he's our setup man. We have Mariana to close out games.
Yeah.
Our bullpen's fine.
All right, come on, starting pitchers that don't have 3 fucking.
No, give me a
control.
bat.
Give
So
me
we
a
going with
Yankee.
Zimmerman?
We went with Zimmerman.
We have a stacked fucking relief staff, and I think we all expected that. You know?
I just hope that a Yankee comes up in the next pack.
I just like when looking back now, I'm like, fuck, should have grabbed Chipper Jones. just
Yeah, and Shumpert.
fucking-
That's where I'm kicking myself.
Yeah, just because our lineup just seems kind of weak. I don't know. We still
I
got
don't know.
like.
All those 9s at the top though are gonna be.
I mean, it's a very fast and strong. Oh, here we go. Let's see who we got here.
No, I'm telling you, Matt, I ran that team with having 9s and 10s, and it did not work out.
So
Well,
we
you
got
can't
Aaron
have all of them.
Seeley,
You need a power bat
Pat
behind them.
Maris,
Right.
Jason Christensen, Robert Person, Jose Vizcaino, Vizcaino, Matt Stairs. We didn't have George on more often, so he can fix
Yeah,
all the
he knows
errors.
them all, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a lot of the George. What's your nationality?
Portuguese.
Does that help with some of the obviously the Latin players?
Yeah, a little bit.
I would say because a lot of that. Well, I don't know if a lot of that. I'm sure I get mess up everyone's name, but a
Yeah,
lot
I
of the
think
Latin
it's just
players
that we
I'm
let-
not
we
good
let
at.
you do the pronunciation. I think that's the issue.
Well, if I've seen him play near me, like obviously the guy in the Dodgers I'm not seeing a lot, but
He
like
played for the Indians. I'm
Did he?
sorry.
oh,
Yeah.
no excuse. I'm just not good at pronouncing names. I don't have to guys tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's not a big deal.
I just remember a lot of them from when I was a kid. I just remember them being like announced like by the announcers.
See, I had to listen to this like Bayaga. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what his name was. It's something.
You guys, I really, if you want that bat, there's your bat now.
Matt Stairs.
Yep.
DH.
Because you hit him behind your 3 9s, and you got your 8 homer at 16 guy.
I mean,
So
he is
he's
a
the
power
DH.
bat.
He's your DH, or if we want to keep holding out hope, then we could go and grab like a Sealy or like a Mears.
It'd be
It's-
Steely. It'd be Steely or Stairs.
Sealy's
That's
at
definitely
tier
the choice.
4, and that just sucks. I mean, hopefully,
Yeah.
but Sealy's not bad if he's our tier. If he's our third or fourth, we have 5 stars. I mean, if he's our fifth, fourth
Right.
starter, the problem is, like, we're grabbing these 7 IP guys, and our fucking bullpen's is stacked.
Yeah. Well, so do we take Robert Person? Like,
No, you
Vizcaino's a
don't
great
take him.
bench player.
right. Vizcaino's a great bench. We'll have a bunch of shorts.
Yeah, I think it's
we have a
between-
platoon shortstop.
Yeah,
That's,
No,
I think it's
we-
between
You have to
Stairs and
pick
Sealy.
Steely or Stairs. That has to be one. It has to be one of those two.
I would go Stairs.
You think?
I-
I mean, Stairs is a big power bat, and he's not like a C-speed guy. Like, he's
He is the DH, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he would
perfect for
lock
that.
up. He would lock up the DH spot.
unless somebody better comes along, right?
So then
That's the
what-
problem. Then we're gonna move Matt Stairs to the bench. You know, he's gonna be a 300
do we
guy.
put John? Then does John play over Lee Stevens?
I think so.
Okay, so you just keep
And you have Lee Stevens off the bench, like
Yeah.
later when you need a batter with all of our shortstops.
Okay,
Yep.
so Lee Steven goes to the bench. John Olerud goes to first, and we grab Matt Stairs.
And
All
that's
right.
where I think it balances like your 9s that don't have a lot of power. Then behind them
Is
you
he
have
350
Stairs.
or is it 360? I can't
I
read
can't
it.
tell.
I can't read it.
I think he's 360.
He's 360.
Okay. 360. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, he's a very powerful bat. I'm definitely okay with that.
So just for reference, we've got 3 spots left, 4 pitchers, 3 bench, 2,100 points left. So we can spend some money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you
I'm
know,
not
we've
afraid.
got.
I just want to see it. Like, give me the guy.
I mean, our average, we can pick 300 point players for the rest of this, and that's including 3 bench, which is a little wild. So we've got some damn
Okay,
money.
here.
All
So
these utility guys keep popping up.
yeah.
Yeah, we fucked up. We should have gotten Chipper. That was a mistake. Oh,
Do we grab
Dude.
someone that's like 100 years old or Mike Remlinger?
what about Chad? I mean, a lot of value.
I really think Chad's our best point here because, like, if we weren't going to take Sealy last time, like, taking Moyer just seems stupid right now.
Well, the only reason I didn't take Sealy last time is because we had a chance to take Matt Stairs. I mean, at this
Right.
point, why even have Chad OJ as your 5th starter? I mean, you should have. I'd rather have
Because of our
Jamie Moyer as
bullpen.
my what?
OJ only needs to pitch like 1 inning with our bullpen.
I kind of agree with Matt.
That
on
one
this.
innings would be
I-
fucking 20s.
Our bullpen is so good that he would pitch honestly like a couple bats, and then we would take him out. Like,
I mean, it is. You can do that with the deep bullpen, but it just depends. I mean, I would rather have Jamie Moyer and just say, okay, he's our 3rd or 4th. I mean, you guys can make the decision here. If you guys want Chad, my vote would be for Jamie Moyer.
Oh, it's just a lot for.
It
like,
is-
if we're
it is.
hoping,
I just don't know
like
what we're
he's our
gonna
most
get.
expensive pitcher right now.
I just think I just think if we had to make the call, and
I think we're setting
think-
ourselves up to spend more after.
right, I
that.
think the fun pick here is Chad. I kind of just want to make it and then see what happens at
Because
this
the other
point.
thing we could do is if we could go even deeper bullpen and go Mike Remlinger and just keep stacking up the fucking
Right.
bullpen.
And it's like the thing is with that, like if we take Chad and then like a stud batter pops up, like Matt Stairs can go to the bench then because we
Right.
have all this
Okay,
extra
yeah,
cap.
I'll that's true, but we have one more pick out of this pack, and then we have a foil rotation, and then we have one more with just the last pick is a full pack.
Right.
So I mean, I just don't. I mean, yeah, we basically have to draft all studs after that. I don't mind Chad OJ. But
I would say either Chad or Remlinger are my 2.
Let's do Chad. I think it's a
Chad.
fun pick, and
OJ.
So how much cap do we have with how many picks?
we have 6 picks left and over 2,000 points.
Oh, so we could have a lot of fun. We could get
I-
like
a lot of
Oh, yeah.
fun.
This is going to be a bonkers. Like I want some. I don't think we're going to get a stud with this.
Yeah,
this
remember when we
last.
passed up Terry Shumpert and got Chad OJ?
Yeah.
All right, who's the most points in this pack?
I think Owens is our play here.
What's funny is because CJ Nikowski is a really good value pick too.
Yeah.
But we don't even need value anymore. We need just
Okay. Just I got to ask a rules question to George. Like, what if we don't get enough starters?
I don't know how many starters you have.
We have
we
we have
have
two.
So like, this is honestly a game of like, do we have to pick Mac?
Start
we
picking
don't-
starters.
I mean, I'm just
We
saying,
do a
like,
bullpen game.
for Max Suzuki for 210, he's
We
not.
might have to.
So I'm just saying. I don't know what happens if we don't.
So we have 5 picks left, and of those 5 picks, 3 of them have to be. Wait,
Starters.
we have 6 picks. We have 6 picks.
Yeah, we're done. We're done picking like the stuff that it's like, oh, this would be fun. Like we have to pick Suzuki.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Like-
fuck.
I'm
That's
I'm writing him in
awful.
right now. So
All right, Matt Suzuki. Never in my life.
he'll be our 4th starter. Don't worry. Like
yeah,
maybe
because
3rd.
because of Chad OJ is our 5th.
Yeah, no, maybe he'll be our 3rd because we need to
Man, I
rest.
can't wait for George's other 3 teams to just wreck our fucking team.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Like, we can't. Yeah, George is gonna come back on the next podcast and be like, "Yeah, your team went like 0
yeah,
0-6
you guys are
versus
terrible at
mine."
this. Experts, my ass. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we
go.
Yes, yes.
Wait, we
yes.
missed a pick. Oh no, this is it, right? Oh, this is right. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
This is it.
All right, so
Yeah,
we get
Dunston, right?
McGuire.
No, sorry. Let's go with
we need a starter. We need a
Wally Joyner. Yeah. No, David Wells looks good. Wally Joyner looks good. No, what? No, absolutely. Like
I want
No.
Mark McGuire.
we're
Yeah.
picking fucking Mark McGuire. There's no question here.
Okay, so is John Olerud going to the bench or is
Uh,
Matt Stairs? Because I think
Let's pick the player. I think we got to fill.
Yeah.
We got to fill.
we're
this
picking the player, but I'm just
Right.
saying. Because personally, I would put Olerud on the bench, but I know you guys like him.
No, I agree.
No,
with
I
you.
don't mind him. Is that 570?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like the idea, like, because if we're going Biggio, Stewart, and then what, McGuire, Stairs, and then Damon after that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
Kinda
a solid
worked out.
5.
Just to be clear, Gary is still our damn shortstop.
That's
That's
okay.
fine. I'm
Shortstop by
perfectly okay
committee.
with that.
Him and Christian got it.
All right, yeah. So Big Mac, it makes sense since we all watched that documentary. We had to find a Big Mac in there.
Right, and I went and rewatched the unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience by the Lonely Island after I watched the documentary.
So you can
Not a
watch something
hamburger.
with some real content.
Yeah, I'm not a
Oh,
hamburger,
man, this
but
is
they
another
call me
good
Big Mac.
pack. Huh.
Oh,
I like
boy.
Kenny.
Kenny Rogers. At least we would get a 4. We have to pick one, though. Dave Nilsson is a beast.
He is, but
But you could move Ben to the bench.
you can. I mean, I guess it's down to we need a starter.
I know.
I mean, again, I don't know. Like, if we didn't have 5 starters, I get a little nervous. It's between. I'm fine with moving Molina to the bench and picking Nilsson. But is this a game of like, what if we don't have a 5th starter? You know what I mean?
Well, and we could get boned and get a lot of Steve Sparks coming up, and just be like, fuck, that's our team. And that sucks because we're going to lose 4 games out of.
I'm taking, again, I think the risk here, like, I think we pick Nilsson because, like, he's a total stud. I have no problem putting Molina on the bench. I am confident we'll get a starter, or at least a couple. I think they'll come through. I mean, there's 3 starters in this pack. We're going to get a starter. They might not be good, but, like, we're going to get a starter.
You hope.
You know?
I mean, I don't mind picking Kenny Rogers. I think Dave Nilsson makes our lineup that much better. We jump from, a 6 to a 10, which makes our lineup very scary. The problem is the next pick is going to be, like, basically Steve Sparks and Steve Paris that we're looking at, like that kind of pitcher. That's going to be the guy we have to pick. And then we're stuck with the last 2 picks, of the thing basically being whatever starter we can find.
I get what you're saying. No, then in that case,
I mean, I don't mind. What is he? 350, and he's a 4. I mean, he's not bad 3rd starter. It just sucks. But
no, I agree. Let's take Rogers. I think we just have more flexibility. If we get to the end and we just have to fill out a
I mean,
position
what do you
player,
think,
and
Matt?
just say,
Are you okay with that?
Mine was Kenny. That was
Yeah,
my
let's say Kenny.
all right, we got
We gotta know when to fold them and hold what.
We need one more pitcher. We need a better shortstop than Gary,
and
we have one bench spot
Yeah.
left.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like George is just laughing at us behind the back, like you guys are awful at this fucking
He's
thing.
like, yeah, this is like you guys proved that 3 people is way worse.
It would have been interesting if we each had to pick our own teams out of this to see what would have changed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we took Kenny. That would have been a disaster.
Yeah. None of these guys are shortstops. So we could upgrade Ruben to Marvin.
Yeah, that's my thought.
What's
Ruben's
What's
a
Ruben's
6
stats
speed center fielder, basically as a +2. He's an OF +2, but he's our center fielder. So we go to an 8 A speed center fielder, which I think is really nice. And then Ruben's your pinch runner, basically that can play any outfield
anywhere.
position, which sounds
Yeah.
nice.
him and his cutoff bat?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, shit. That
I
did
think
not
we
work
take
out.
Marvin for 340.
Yeah, we're gonna have some points left, boys. I feel like
We're gonna have money for spending in the next off season.
yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna lower the front office is gonna lower the
How many
budgets
points
next.
do we have left,
you know?
Jeff? If we take Marvin.
We have 960 points left. So I think
With
Bernard
Marvin gone?
No, that's
Oh.
that's what we
Okay.
take it. So we're taking Bernard.
Yeah, we have to. I mean,
Okay.
we have to.
So we're moving Rivera
Yeah,
to the
Rivera
bench.
goes to the bench. Marvin comes in.
Bernard. And how many points is Bernard?
340.
340. 340.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So then the next pick we got. I guess we take. Oh,
Either
boy.
Valentin or Nunez.
Yeah, it's Nunez or Valentin here.
It's Nunez.
Yeah.
And then the
I never
next
say
fucking
first.
pack we're gonna get is gonna be fucking Kurt Schilling or Pedro Martinez.
Or Derek Jeter.
Or yeah, George Jeter. Yeah, I mean,
If we're playing that game, then we leave the starting pitcher open. I mean, the next pack is going to have a starting pitcher.
it's got
we
eight,
know that.
8 people.
Is it?
Oh, no, we don't know that for sure.
I mean, like, come on, like, what are have we seen a single one of these the 8 packs come out without a starting pitcher?
no, but
I don't think
I don't think so either.
I feel like you're better off from a team perspective of having that pitching staff for sure and dealing with Gary DeSarcina as your shortstop than like taking Valentin and having your third starter be Jarrett Wright.
I mean,
down.
he's
So let's
not
pick these
super
guys.
bad. He's a 3-1 through 16 out. It's not like he's the end of the world.
No, I think he's good. Let's pick him. I'm down.
Like all of our pitchers, we just need them to get 5 innings.
So is he?
Yeah,
he's
our pitching staff did
340?
not work out. He's 340. Yeah,
So how many points do we have left then?
We have 280 points left.
All right, give us the best 280 point shortstop we can get.
Oh my god! If Jeter or even if Jeter shows up, we can't afford him.
No,
Yeah.
You know,
we just need I don't know, anybody.
I gotta say, all things considered, like I think we actually we manage the salary of this team pretty well.
Ah, fucking Mike Hampton.
Oh, that would have actually worked out. Fuck.
Oh, there's no shortstop. is
Oh
there?
my god.
Oh my god! All right, that didn't work out. So
So essentially, what we're gonna do in the after DeSarcina's second at bat, we're gonna pinch hit and just play negative fielding.
So, you said we have 240 left.
I think
Yeah,
you just go Alfonseca at that point
it would be. Yeah, I was gonna say it would be Alfonseca.
because we're just gonna be going bullpen games anyway.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, and that works for me. It just sucks. I mean, those
So
are two
if we
good
had the
pitchers.
points,
Those are two good
Are you
starters in this pack.
yeah, which one are you taking if you had the points for either of those two?
Of Mike or Mike.
Yeah,
I would
which
take
Mike?
Soroka.
I would
Soroka.
Soroka. Right?
Soroka.
Yeah.
Soroka?
I would take.
I think.
I take Mike Lansing.
I mean, no doubles, but I think that 5 is a big difference.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah,
He's only at 4 stars.
He's a tier higher too, isn't he?
he is a tier higher. Yep, he's a tier higher for 20 more points. I think that's So all right, well we are picking Alfonseca.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Antonio.
All right, I got to put Gary back in the goddamn lineup. I was not
like,
expecting
don't worry,
to do
guys,
that.
we're
No.
100% not gonna pick this guy.
Oh my god, that's it's. I kind of love how that worked out.
We didn't
So-
take Enrique Wilson, right?
We did not take Enrique, which would have
Okay.
been a good pick then too.
All right, so we ended up with 130 points left over.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I think I see what George is saying now. Like picking these without salary in mind would just be kind of like a more bonkers game. It would be totally different. Because then we would have never picked damn Gary.
Oh
in
yeah,
this,
you don't
but,
pick him.
But I always like the value stuff is like a lot. That's
Well, I
like,
think the value starts to get the conversation going. Like if this is just like let's just pick the best players, I think the podcast would be like half the amount of time and there'd be like not much debate.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you were keeping track of the starters, but I only have you guys down for 4 starters.
we have
we have Halliday, Suzuki, Rogers, Nunez, and OJ.
Nunez?
yeah, a couple packs ago, the last pack, Vladimir Nunez.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Kenny Rogers was before that.
It's pretty balanced. I mean,
We don't
you
have
take
anything
McGuire out.
overpowering. We just really got to get to the bullpen early and
Oh my god.
shut it down.
I mean, because
And then basically play a bullpen game for Chad.
I like. I think the top 5 of our batting order.
All right,
We'll
so
score
break
them
down,
up front.
Matt. Break down the order.
Well, I don't know. I don't have the team in
Okay.
front of me, but if I was making the order, I'm going Biggio and Stewart 1-2. I don't know which one, depending on who has like a better singles area versus walk.
Okay.
And then I would hit Big Mac 3
Yeah.
with Stairs 4 and Damon 5.
Yep. I
Damon
agree.
5.
And I think you could interchange Stairs or Damon. Like you might want to go Damon 4 and then have Stairs able to drive him in
So then
potentially
do you go Marvin or
later. I would go
Marvin
probably
then
Marvin.
Mueller?
yeah.
Marvin Mueller and then
Molina, Gary.
Molina.
Yeah.
Molina
I
Gary.
think that's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels pretty
Just falls
standard.
apart really at the
showdown.
end there.
And we still have Olerud to pinch hit later.
That's true.
I mean, we have lots
I-
of pinch running options with like Ruben Rivera.
Yeah.
That's
why I like deeper like rosters because it actually makes you have to think. Like because if
Is
you
it-
just drafted 9 guys and you don't have to think like about potential situations later in game, it's like okay, here's that.
Hey, George, would it be possible to get a picture of the team, or if like maybe like the batters and all that?
Yeah, I'll send you the batters right now.
okay. Good.
Yeah, I think those are. We have an insane relief staff, which again I would have predicted without this even before this started. I didn't
Yeah,
think
but
there
I
was
would have
any
thought we would have
chance.
grabbed some like bigger starters because we like having
Right.
good starters.
I agree.
I mean, really, it just
Well,
But like none of the
Musina came up,
studs
we
came up. Yeah, Musina and like Randy. Like Randy was the biggest one passed on.
yeah, but he's just like I still think our strategy here is better
like
than Randy.
Andy Ashby we could have grabbed or David
Yeah.
Cohn.
Andy Ashby was probably the mistake. That's a great card.
It's just interesting. So like that first pick, like I wanted Blanco and we went Halliday. Man, if we didn't go Halliday, I don't know what we would have done different. I mean, the whole thing would have been different.
Yeah.
And then we do probably grab Andy Ashby because we have to.
Or Cone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cone was. We didn't even talk about Cone. Damn.
Well, and,
What,
yeah,
who was Cone's pack that we didn't even talk about?
okay, so I'm gonna put up everybody on the screen, for people at home the batting team.
That's the lineup I would do.
I think it's now that I'm visualizing it, I want to kind of see what Matt was saying. So you were saying,
Oh,
Rubio-
Ashby, Cone, and Venafro were all in the same pack.
Oh yeah, looking
Oh
back,
yeah, we
should
grabbed
not-
Venafro.
We should not have done that, but that's fine. It's tough. No, I'm with you, Matt. I think it is. I mean, BGO Stewart 1-2 is actually kind of awesome. That worked out way better than I expected, dude. And like,
But I
I
like
guess,
Damon's got better single plus range, and that's what George
Damon
likes about
leading
it.
off.
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Right? They're all 1 to 5 out, which is pretty awful. I'm noticing that now. So no, I think it is. I think it's Damon, BGO, and then Big Mac, Stairs.
I mean, I like having Big Mac following them. Like that like top 3-4
Yeah.
looks really scary. It really drops off at the end there, but I mean, a lot of A-speed guys like that can do stuff, which I think's nice. And
Oh my God, there's so many A-speed guys. Oh, not a ton. There's 3.
it's really
So then,
like Big Mac and then Molina. Well, Molina's like one of the slowest guys in the history of the baseball, I thought. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. You got 2 back-to-back like huge home run guys, like 16 pops. That's
and then
big.
do you bat Bernard 5th and just?
I would hit Stewart 5th, I think.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too. And then Bernard 6th.
Yeah.
And then Mueller, Molina.
Either way, that's like semantics at that point. It's pretty much the
Right.
same thing. I'll bring up this next picture for everybody at home. This is our pitching staff. I get it, guys. We did our best here.
We really hit up the pennant run.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Holy
We
shit.
really-
Except for depressed Chad OJ on the mound.
I kind of loved I love the Chad OJ pick. That is like, I feel like that is like our league's value, like
What was in the
mentality
Chad
just
OJ
put
pack?
together into one pick.
So we could have went Jamie Moyer. So that would have been interesting. So we would have done 360 more points. That was the pick I wanted, was Moyer.
So then we wouldn't have been able to get like one of our last guys.
Yeah.
Right.
But our bullpen, as everyone said, besides
Yeah.
Antonio here, who is still pretty decent with no doubles. But man, I mean, really, Rivera, Zimmerman, and then I love Grimsley, Venafro, and Stanton, and then Steve Montgomery's just solid. I mean, if you're talking about like that's like one of your worst, I mean that's a sick bullpen.
Dude, yeah,
They're all pitching on OJ's day.
Oh,
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
If you're
That's a
playing
bullpen game.
against this, except for the OJ day, if you're like playing against this team, you have to hope to God that you score runs in the first 4 or 5 innings.
oh yeah.
Because by the time we get there, like these motherfuckers are
and
coming
that's the
in.
best
and
part is how weak our pitching staff, our starting pitchers is. We can cycle into our bullpen early and just go, okay, what's his face? Nunez. Okay, well, he let up a couple runs. It's okay. We got Zimmerman coming in, and then he's going to pitch 2, and then Montgomery's going to pitch 2 or 3. And
Right.
so,
I mean, this is like, we have some people in our league, and I know there's people out there that just freaking love relievers, and I feel like this like crew is like getting a reliever, is one of those people's wet dreams. It's just like the perfect. I mean,
feel like
I
there's
didn't
every
even really
Yankees
think
with
about
that dream. We just
Mariano
want
and
all Yankees relievers.
right.
and then last up, here's our
Yeah, like if we like
bench.
the only thing that would have missed.
What's up, Matt?
I would say we passed on Scott Sullivan in there, and we passed on Steve Klein.
Oh, the
I guess
sixes.
2 other.
But you don't even need them.
No, you don't. That's what I was saying. But those are like the
Yeah.
2 big ones that we passed on.
So looking at our bench here, I like having Lee Stevens as like a pinch hitter, in a late game scenario for like say
Yep.
anybody,
Right.
or having
And
John
Rivera.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Well,
pinch
Rivera
running.
is like a better pinch runner. Like, okay,
Right.
someone's on base and I need a pinch run. Like, here's like, let's think about this. It's like the 8th or 9th inning. McGuire hits a double. You take him out. Rivera pinch runs, and then next inning you put John Olerud in to play first base for him.
Yep. And then we could still pinch hit
Yes.
Stevens somewhere.
Yes.
Like they're all going to pinch hit for Disarcina, and then Guzman will come in for him.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what's. But that's a nice move when you can go like McGuire, who's slow, late game. You could, let's say he gets a single. Rivera goes on first, try to steal second. Now you have an A-speed guy in second. Well, next inning, instead of getting penalized, you can put Lee Stevens or John Olerud, and that works out nicely for our team.
That's true. I love that.
The only thing that we didn't get was a backup catcher.
Yeah, which I'm okay with. Though Dave Nilsson was like the guy I was like, man, that would have been a sick guy on our team.
I know. That's like, I mean, because if we would have done that, that would have been our second to last pick, I think, looking back.
Yeah.
So we would have picked, no, he would have been our third to last. So we would have picked Nilsson. And then we had 960 points left. So then we would have gone down. He's 450 something. So we would have been like a little over, almost around 500. And then catcher would have been done. We would have already filled the bench spot. So we needed a shortstop and a pitcher. So we would have been kind of in the same. Yeah.
I personally would rather have had Marvin Bernard than Nilsson.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like Marvin
I think he
Bernard
fits
a
the
lot.
line. I think he fits the lineup better, to your point.
Because I think
if we,
Nilsson and McGuire together wouldn't have been a great punch.
Yeah.
no, man. If we did what you're saying, we would have gotten to this second to last pack, and there's no shortstop, and the only starter here is Brian Meadows, who is a control 0. So we would have had to pick Meadows, truthfully. Yeah. So then we would have had still like about a little over 300 points left. And then our last pack, we wouldn't, or sorry, no, I'm off by 1, but we might have been able to get a really, really good starter, maybe because of all that, but we would have, I don't know. We would have already filled the starters.
One starter and upgraded the other. Something like
this
that.
is, man.
All right, George, how do you think we did? And then show us what the fuck you did.
I think you guys did terrible.
I love it.
I just threw cards down. I didn't have a chance to like count up the points. I was just throwing cards down as we were going because I was just more focused on trying to get you guys the cards.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
For sure.
So, what do you know anything off the top of your head then that you would have done differently that we did that you were like, why the hell did you do that? Like, I know we talked about Chipper Jones and Bernie Williams being overvalued, and I think you agreed with us on those ones.
What about the Shumpert pick? I'm trying to go back with that. Yeah. What that was.
Yeah, let me look.
That's when we picked Bill Mueller over Shumpert.
Yeah.
But I think it worked out for the setup of our team.
Yeah. No,
I guess it would have came down to Matt Stairs or Shumpert, and at that point, Shumpert's better.
And plus, we have a crazy good infield, I believe. Like just in terms of defense, not like it's super important, but I mean, we're a +10 infield just kind of through this random process.
Yeah,
I mean,
+10 infield, +8 arm catcher, outfield +4. That we have
right,
or no +3 now.
+3.
Right. I think like if you consider like given that like a blind draft you have no determination, and then like in regular drafts like where everybody's available, like you can really nitpick to get a great infield. I think basically this is like a fun medium between the two, like a good middle ground. And for us to end up with an infield that good, my biggest thing is I wish the outfield was better, but I think like, +3, +3 outfield was pretty standard. Or isn't it, are we technically plus? No, we're +3. Yeah, that's pretty standard for those years. There were not many +2s going around. There was only like 1 or 2 +3s. Like it's just not. So again, I think all things considered, given the randomness, we did all right.
I think like looking back on all the packs, I think the biggest mistake you guys did was you really underestimated Randy Johnson. I feel like in this format, he's really, really good because just look at him compared to your lineup, like. The back end, if he goes against your lineup, like the back end, he's like dominating the back end of your lineup.
But I'd be pretty happy with him against our top.
Yeah, same. I think the top would kind of actually show his weaknesses.
I've seen Randy do both. I've seen him play.
Oh, yeah. It's like Scherzer, too.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing.
I've seen him play against people with stacked 10 lineups and completely shut them down, and I've seen him get annihilated in 3 innings. It's just risky with that 3. Now, granted, we do have like Max Suzuki and Vladimir Nunez, but I don't know. I don't like Randy personally. I just have seen such bad things with him. I'm more like, should we have grabbed Andy Ashby? Should we have grabbed David Cohn or like someone else that was like a 5?
Right.
I think in the limited format, Randy Johnson shines. Like if you have like the pick of your lineup where you're putting all 9s and 10s, then yeah, he's not going to do as well. Right. But once you don't really have that much control over your lineup, you don't really know what it's going to be. Like I feel like he's a lot better pitcher.
Yeah.
Did you, George? Did you grab him when we didn't pick him?
Yeah, he's on one of the teams.
Okay, all right. That would
I also wonder if you did the format where instead of after 4 picks, the bottom 4 went away, and instead you got it back again, then Randy Johnson was like hyper valuable because then you're getting literally garbage as like your second pick every pack. Whereas I mean we have a 10, a bunch of 9s. I would put that up against Randy Johnson all day.
I mean, and I feel like with having Matt Stairs as our 8 power hitter, like against Randy, like nobody good against Randy because all you gotta do is roll a 6 and then he's got his chart. But if you against a 3, like you want your 8 power hitters out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
versus a 5.
And that's just
Did
everyone's
Pedro pop
personal
up for
flavor.
anyone?
What?
George, who was the best starter in the whole thing? Was Randy the highest point one?
Yeah, he was
So
definitely not.
no Pedro came up.
Pedro never came up.
Yeah,
This
see,
makes me.
That makes it interesting too. Then
yeah. I mean,
This has got me thinking too, like, just because like I've got a box of unopened 2000 booster box that the plan is that Matt, Bob, myself, and one of our friend Kevin are going to eventually get together and honestly do this kind of draft, honestly, and we're going to record the whole thing, kind of the same thing. It got me thinking about the format a bit, and like to Bob's point about like if you pass it around one more time.
it would be hilarious.
And like I think like the way I'm thinking about it, and tell me what you guys think about this, is like like that last card, you get handed one card, like you can't either. I think that card goes into like basically a discard pile, and then at the very end, like it's entirely possible that you were not able to fill spots on your team, and so like I feel like that's where it almost. Honestly, it might turn into another draft of the discard pile to like fill those gaps.
That's true. You could do something like that.
Kind of an interesting model. Just kind of thinking through what that model.
Don't only 7 cards come in a pack.
There's 11, and 9 of them are players.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 7 players and 2
7 players? Shit, I could go grab it really quick and find out. I can't believe I don't actually know that.
It's been so long since I've opened a pack. I have no idea.
Yeah, same here. Let me see. It's funny. I actually bought one. I bought a 2001 pennant run pack just for fun. It was not like as expensive as I thought it would be, and I kind of just wanted to be like, maybe I can pick up an Ichiro or a Pool Holes, but I know it's just going to be commons, and I just spent like way too much on it. Let me see. Of course, this picture is just so damn small that I can't read it. 1 second here. It's no, you're right. It's 7 players. So I was wrong. So it is 9 total. I think a Pokemon was 11, but yeah, no. So that's interesting because if we do 4,
so maybe the 3 go into a discard pile.
Then maybe it is the 3 that like, and then like at the very end, like we total up the points, however we end up doing salary or not, and then like whoever has the least points is the first pick, and then it snake straps back or something.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be because we're gonna do that, and I'm sure that's gonna take a little bit.
It'll be fun.
It'll be and then playing them out and seeing whose team was actually good. It'll be like, again, kind of blind draft-ish, kind of normal draft-ish. It's like this is like a fun medium that honestly we haven't done even in the 2 years we've been doing the Showdown stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. Again, I wish you, if you could post some of the what we missed out of the other packs, George.
Yeah.
Because I'd be interested to see like what didn't come to us. But yeah, I think that's the way that I think that's a fun draft, Jeff. I think also if we could do it too, because I know George was talking about like fun ways to film playing and stuff like that. Like I know I have a couple camera things here, but if you were able to like, if everyone had a way to mount their cell phone and like all press record at the same time, and we had it behind our cards. And then,
dude, yeah, I was doing that yesterday. George and I was sleeving some of the cards, and I had just a little phone stand. It was perfect.
Yeah, so if we all had phone, which I have a phone stand, and if we all did that and we had it, and I think I have 2 phone stands here, if we all record at the same time, I could have it so that all 4 cameras on my screen are going off at the same time, and I could like almost like re-record it in a sense, so that if I post it as a YouTube video, you would see all 4 packs happening at the same time. And we could record over the noise saying, well, what happened here or what happened there or something, which would be pretty interesting, I think, to see as well. Like, oh, you picked him. Oh, that's why I got that card and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I dig it. I like that a lot.
But I like this format too. And I know George has said that, he would, likely do this for other things. Next time, knowing that George was not picking the other teams in point correction totals, I think I'll have George jump in with us and pick players with us. Maybe we'll have Peter on as well or whatever. Even if there's 4 of us, I'm sure we can come to a consensus. And that way we can quickly do it. Oh, look at this fucking team.
Teams line up.
Oh God.
So this is one of the teams that would have been picked up. Sorry, people, for the side camera view here.
That's what I was hoping for was Greg Vaughn.
Yeah, Greg Vaughn's a stud pick. So this got 9, 10, 8, 8. So this is a big power lineup here. This lineup, so the low end is not as low as ours. It's more of an average lineup. But I think
like you said, no point limit either.
Cool. Yeah,
Right.
I agree there. But I mean, we're just starting to look at this in a nutshell here. But I think I like our lineup better than this one.
I do, and then I think, but I see what George. I see what you're saying now with Randy being able to probably dominate against this type of lineup. Like,
he would kill this lineup.
That makes sense to me now. But
Randy's on this team.
Right. Yeah. So it kind of works out. But no, I'm actually like. Man,
see, I like this pitching. See, I like. Oh man, I would have liked Kirk Reuter to come up. I like him as a pitcher.
Yeah, that's a fun rotation, and they still have that Chad OJ Mike Morgan. matchup.
Chad OJ versus Mike Morgan sounds like a fun matchup.
Yeah, a fun thing of nightmares. Like wake up at night, sweating.
Mike Morgan, like with. Could you imagine, like, you have Mike Morgan and Mark McGuire's coming up? You have to roll an 11.
No, you fucking intentionally walk him. There's no question.
Well, that's what Jeff's talking about. Like,
right, and then Matt Stairs is right after him, so now you got to roll a 9.
Yeah, So I can imagine like Jeff going to sleep at night knowing that he has to play like Matt tomorrow, and Matt's got Chad OJ and Jeff's got Mike Morgan, and Mark McGuire's gonna come up at some point. Like Jeff's like, I just didn't sleep well last night.
Well, and I would feel happy with Greg Vaughn coming up. Like if I was running this team, it's like, against Chad OJ, like OJ, there's not a lot, but I always get that backlier of if I roll a 20, it's a homer.
That's true, and that's what I hate about Chad OJ. When you guys were like, yeah, let's do it, I'm like, I fucking hate him. Like it sucks so bad.
Yeah, there's no silver lining. The silver lining is that
all
he's
the time on those. Anytime there's a 20 home run, the fucking person rolls it against me every time.
Got another team.
Okay. See, this would have been team quote unquote 3 if we're technically team 1 here.
Yeah, George, you don't have to send them all to us, but are the relief staffs on the other teams like just as dominant as ours, or is ours like?
No,
this.
They have a couple. They have a couple of good.
This team's pretty nice. See, this is what I wanted. Roger Cedeno 1. Look at this: Chipper, Frank, Bernie, Edgar, or Edgardo.
Randy might struggle in this game.
This lineup is pretty stacked.
No, this lineup's stacked.
This is a flair lineup too. This is a shiny lineup.
What's their pitching staff like?
You want their starters?
Yeah.
This
one looks fun. I think this has been fun. Actually, I hate Frank. I like Frank Thomas the person, but I hate his 00 card because that was like one of his worst years.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
This is a fun team.
Yeah, this is a really fun team. Actually, in overall, like. Edgardo bringing the +5, second base, third base +2 from Chipper. I mean, they have a decent team. I love Roger Cedeno.
Chipper, Cedeno, Thomas, Williams, Alfonso.
That's scary.
Oh
this might beat up Chad OJ.
Now, George, are you gonna play like some games with these teams?
Yeah, I can play them out.
Oh, that'd
just
be
see
sick.
I was like, if you were going to see what happens with them.
If you do, obviously I post this video later, so then I can put the results in if you do anything with it. This is a pretty good team. So there's the Steve Sparks. Obviously, everyone looks like they got a terrible 0 5th starter.
Which is good. That makes it fun.
Yeah, but Ramon is a stud. I mean, I like him way better than our one.
Yeah.
So this pitching this team in general might be better than ours, but again, this is a no salary cap other team. But and it is pretty interesting seeing all the 5 starters. Like everyone's got a 0, which is like, okay, good. Maybe Chad OJ wasn't as bad as I thought getting a 5th starter.
And I think those games will be the most fun to watch play out.
God, this sounds awful. But I mean,
I feel like that's going to happen in our NL draft.
I like this Ramon Martinez, Aaron Sealy. It's pretty nice 1-2.
Yeah, I forget how good that Ramon Martinez.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He's super good. Holy shit.
I mean, they just had a nice little rotation there. I mean, I like it. And then is this the relief staff for the team 3?
Yeah, same team.
Okay, so they got.
It's okay. It's not
as dominant as ours, but I like Remlinger's really good. Mike Trombley's pretty good. But
Yeah,
Grado.
your setup and closer is great, and then like the rest are just kind of space fillers.
it just
hopefully
depends
get to
on
them.
like Ramon doing well, Celia doing well. These guys are coming in majorly for bottom field Carpenter Sparks.
Yeah.
And at that case, I'm okay with. I mean, I would like our lineup against some of these. You know, if
threes.
Jesse or Jason are coming in, I'm okay with that.
But Jesse, isn't Jesse like 45 in this picture? Like, not joking. Like, he's like he's got that. He's
Yeah, I
got
think
that
we talked
wisdom.
about that.
Yeah, we talked
Right,
about
he's
how
got-
old he is.
Yeah, he's very old. Like, I think we figured out he's like the oldest player in the league. Like for this card, so he brings a lot of wisdom to this team.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
there's no, you can't put value, you can't put points on just that wisdom. So
But I mean, I like this team in general. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I feel like our team still could beat this team, but I don't know. It's tough.
I think it depends. If you're getting good rolls from our pitching staff, I think we would have a shot. But
The lineup in this team is so strong.
we might get rocked. I don't know. Like,
I just think
team's gonna score a
Cedeno,
lot of
Chipper
runs, but they
Jones.
might give up a good amount.
Well, Cedeno, Chipper Jones are like really is a really tough 1-2 to face.
Yeah,
every
you can't
time.
let them get on.
it's not. It is not a power hitting team though. So
But
like,
but like the lowest guy is a 7. I mean, we have like a 5 on our team.
right.
Okay, so this is
Like
team.
our lineup's better than this one.
So this is team 4. Roberto Alomar, Jim Edmonds is good. Javi Lopez, Mo Vaughn, Bubba Trammell. Here's Paul O'Neill, Eric Owens, Ricky. So this one falls apart really bad at the end here. But I mean, Alomar is great. Terry Shumpert didn't get drafted,
Yeah, so he didn't get drafted. Huh.
or he's yeah.
Wow.
He might have been at the end there where we didn't take him, so like the other team couldn't pick him. But
Yeah.
I mean, Alomar, Edmonds, Javi is pretty solid, and Mo Vaughn's basically like our Matt Stairs pick, a little weaker though.
Dude, they got the +5 outfield. Damn.
Yeah, I mean Jim Edmonds is a pretty good card. There's just not a lot of power in this lineup.
Javi is pretty. Javi's not bad.
Yeah.
For power. Javi and Mo Vaughn are pretty good. I think that actually that first 5 of that lineup or first 4, I'm pretty into that. And then even going
But I
into
still would take ours. We have Mark McGuire and then Matt Stairs. We have 16 home run guys, 3-4, followed by there are 2 9A speed guys to lead off the inning. I like our top 4 better, but it's still pretty good. I just think ours is a tad better than that one. But I don't know. I mean, I like Javi Lopez a lot.
I'll send you the starters.
All right.
Yeah, so the one draft I brought up a while back, I was thinking about it. There's something called a Winchester draft, which I think Bob, you know about. I think that's
Yeah.
a Magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would lend itself well to Showdown, but basically you have like stacks of 4 cards that somebody picks the stack, and then it's an empty stack, and then you bring out 4 more players. So like in theory, you could pick a stack that has 4 players, or if like Randy comes, or if like Pedro comes out with only 1, you could pick him. So it's kind of an interesting model. I almost feel like our crew should test it out to see if it's even feasible.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of. I mean, I remember like when we were younger, we would play like you could take 2 players, or you can give 1 to the other team.
Yep.
And like so, then you could end up like kind of screwing people over, which is also fun.
Yeah.
We're not the only team that has a terrible. Pretty much every team has a pretty bad 5th starter.
Oh,
so
every
that's
team
okay.
so far. So of the 4 teams, everyone is a 0 5th starter, which is great.
It's just that ours is 10 points, so I think we won that battle.
Yeah, just kind of we just go right to our bullpen early. But this one's got Cone and Supin.
Oh, that's
And
a bullpen.
Let's see this bullpen here. Keith Folks got this one loaded
Oh
up.
my gosh.
So Keith Folks stud, 2 6s, and then CJ Nikowski is great. Armando Benitez is really good.
Yeah, that worked out.
Wayne
that worked
Gomes
out
is all right.
I feel like it's a balanced match. Like all the teams are pretty balanced, though.
I
Even
bet.
if it's not point.
I don't know if you. I don't know if you went over salary in any of these teams.
I think that second one, that one with that lineup might be close, but for the most part, I mean, I think the relief staff kind of got nuked on that one, so I think it actually might be close.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw relief stuff. Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. The only one we didn't see relief staff was for team quote unquote 1 that wasn't ours, so team 2. But I like our odds. I like our odds, guys. I think we did a decent job drafting.
maybe it'll be around. I don't know. Yeah, George, how do you picture playing it out? Like you'll just do like a series like round robin. Like what do you usually do with these?
I'll probably do like a 5-game series.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that way the
Most
mic
all-stars can be used if possible.
I love it. I'm actually like really pumped to like find out if our team just went 0-5. Like we're like 0-5. McGuire is like 10 homers. Like
You guys went a record 0-15. We
Yeah.
didn't think it was possible. So, or whatever 0-9, whatever it would be.
So this is the first team we saw. Oh man, so there's John Johnson was in the fucking draft. This is a pretty nice bullpen too. I love Dan Plesac, and Tim Crabtree's pretty solid. John Johnson obviously really good, and then the rest of it's whatever. And Dennis Cook's garbage.
I think we won the bullpen war.
Oh, yeah.
I think we did too.
Well, we have
no
we have the biggest bullpen because we have a seventh.
I mean, we have
arm.
Zimmerman Mariano. That's like we won. Like I mean, like unless we have like tens and 20s as our last like.
I mean,
four
our
relievers,
weakest
like,
guy is technically Antonio, even though he's 150. I would rather have Mike Stanton and Steve Montgomery over him. I think our weakest guy is literally one of our closers. And we did draft some closers, so our closer bonus, did happen a little bit for people wondering.
True. We,
So I'll put up really quickly the picture of our bullpen so people see it as we close out this podcast. So everyone, obviously probably by the time this is posted, maybe we'll have some of this, or maybe I'll wait till George finishes his game. So by the time you are listening to this podcast, you might have the actual results that George has done, and that we could post them side by side with this and see how everyone's doing. But this is a fun way to do things with your friends. You got 4 people or maybe more. You could do obviously more people drafting. I think this is a really fun experiment, and I'm actually pretty pumped to try it again. Maybe with the 01 we were going to do maybe next time. We've actually talked about doing 2018 with George as well. So we might just do some fun stuff, and I like this format to put our knowledge to the test to see how we do. So I'm glad, George, you were able to be on there for us.
yeah, appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Any closing words, anybody, before we let George go?
Closer bonus.
Closer. Like
I've changed my opinion on Chad Ojak.
I was gonna
If
say
I had
I thought one of you guys would
before.
say fuck the Yankees, but I guess not.
Or I'm sad that Doug Brocail did not make it out.
Yeah.
I just he's somewhere in the pile waiting to be picked.
Yeah.
And,
it was funny that we were like, we'll take Doug Brocail or John Johnstone or something. So John was in this one.
I think I can't remember who it was, but someone on the Discord said like, and again, when we talk about the Discord, that's like our little Showdown messaging group and all that. Someone on the Discord mentioned like, isn't there somebody here that's obsessed with Doug Brocail? And I was just like, yeah, mission freaking accomplished, So,
I feel like I know that guy.
right. Oh man.
But yeah, so everyone, thank you again for listening. Let us know if you guys made it this far, or if you guys haven't already. Let us know what we did wrong. George had let us know what he thought we could have done differently. But let us know also what you guys think we could have done differently, and maybe how we could have played this out a lot better. Put in the chat, put in the YouTube, the Discord, the Twitter, whatever you're gonna do. Follow us, subscribe, and let us know what you guys think of this. So if we want to do it again or not, with George. So thank you guys again.